Hey, in today's lesson, I want to show you 3 plug-and-play walking bass formulas that you can adapt to use in any style of music. I'll see you inside the lesson. Hey, it's James here from eBassGuitar, and one of the things I'm super passionate about is walking bass, because if you have a solid understanding of walking bass, you can create bass lines in any style of music, and that's exactly what I'm going to show you today with these 3 plug and play walking bass formulas. But before we hit the lesson content today, I would love to know, what strings do you use on your bass guitar? Currently, I'm using these low tension Tomastic flat wound strings, which I absolutely love. But tell me, are you a flat wound player or are you a round wound player? Do let me know in the comments below. Also, don't forget there's a completely free PDF which comes with this lesson, so you can see everything we're discussing today written out in standard notation and tab. There's a link in the description below where you can get your free copy. So today I'm going to share 3 plug and play walking bass formulas which I'm then going to adapt into this super cool folk rock groove. So this is based on more of a poppy chord sequence as opposed to a jazz chord sequence. Let me take you through that first of all. So this chord sequence has a bar of E minor 7, so just play the open E string, a bar of C major 7 at the 3rd fret A string, a bar of B7, 2nd fret A string, and then a bar of A minor 7 like so. And then we're going to put this drum groove to it, or we're going to put the bass groove to it, which is directly taken from the bass drum part. So make sure you listen out for that. And this groove sounds like this, and I want you to work on this pattern first of all. So it sounds. So just to take that apart, the first 3 notes sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, ba, 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 like so. That's the first half of it, and then the second bar of the groove is simply 3/8 notes which are placed after the 3rd beat of the bar. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Put it together, so it sounds like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Down. So let's put that with the backing track so you can hear what it sounds like in context, because this is the most foundational thing that you first of all need to get down. So the great thing about this field is a direct walking bass line will work brilliantly over it. So let's look at the first formula. So the first formula is simply root, 5th, and octave. So we're going to put this bass line across it, which sounds like this. Root, 5, 8, 5. So for the E chord, that's going to be an E, a B, a C. So that's an E, a B, an E, and a B like so. Then up to the C, it's going to be C, G, C, G like that. And then back to the B, like so, and then to the A like that. So let me put to the backing track so you can hear how this walking bass would actually directly work over this track. Now, I actually think that's a fantastic bass line which works in itself across this folk rock groove. But what we can do is we can take the groove that we learned just a few minutes ago and use that. So let me show you how that would work. We'd end up with this. So let me take apart the first bar so you can hear it. So we're going to go root, 5th, octave, and then we're going to go back down to the 5th like that, then to the root again, and then land back up on the fifth like that. So of course, this is all written out in the PDF which comes with the lesson. So let me show you how you can superimpose this and hear it across the groove right now. As you can already hear, it's super powerful applying these walking bass concepts to other grooves. Now let's look at the second plug and play formula. So we're going to use simple arpeggios. So our walking bass line is going to be the root, the third, the fifth and the seventh of each respective chord like so. So we're really spelling out the harmony. So I'll just take you through it one by one. So for the E minor chord, we're going to have an E, a G, a B and a D like that. For the C major 7 chord, we're going to have a C, an E, a G and a B, like so. For the B7 chord, we're going to end up with a B, a D sharp, an F sharp and an A like that. And then for the A minor, we're going to end up with an A, a C, an E and a G like so. So let me play you that walking bass line over the backing track so you can hear it in context. So how we're going to apply this concept to the folk rock groove is we're going to take the first 3 notes of the groove, so the first half of the bar, and we're just going to play simple root notes which are going to sound like this. And then for the last 3 notes of the bar, we're going to go up the arpeggio, and this will give us a little fill which will connect the chords together. So we're going to end up with this. Which in itself is a fantastic bass line. So let's put it to the track so you can hear it in action. As you can hear, that's a super powerful bass line which really outlines the harmony so you can hear every chord clearly in the bass line. So I'd love to ask you guys, if you're enjoying this lesson, please can you subscribe to the channel? There's a red button somewhere around this video, and what this means is you'll be the first to know when a new lesson goes live, because we release a lesson designed especially for the beginner to intermediate bass player who wants to really push their bass playing forward every single week on the eBassGuitar YouTube channel. So the last walking bass formula I want to take you through is based on scales, and we're going to use a Scaleic formula that I call the root, second, third, fifth formula. And this is really powerful for creating simple walking bass lines using scales, because scales can often be a little bit tricky. So I really encourage you to learn this one. So the first off, let's go through it for each respective chord. So for the E minor, it's going to be an E, an F sharp, a G and a B. So that's the first 4 notes. Then we go to the C major 7 bar, which is going to be C, D, E, G, like so. And can you hear, we already get this great walking bass line. like so. And then for the B7 bar, we just take that pattern back a half step. So it's going to be a B, a C sharp, a D, and an F sharp like that. And then for the A minor, the last bar is going to be an A, a B, a C, and an E. So put all four of those bars together, we end up with this. Like so. Let's put it to the backing track so you can hear it in action. So we need to adapt this a little bit to make it work with the folk rock groove, because the folk rock groove is 6 notes long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like so. So the great thing is the first 4 notes that we've covered in the root, second, third, fifth formula will work a treat. So we're going to get... And to begin with, you could just use those 4 notes on each bar and you'd have a great bass line. But to use all 6 of the notes and to keep it going, we're going to add in 2 more notes on each bar. So what we're going to do is we're going to add in the 7th and the octave for each respective chord. So for the E minor, it's going to sound like this. So we're going to add a D and an E on the end like so. And for the C major 7 chord, we're going to... And we're going to add in a B and a C natural up there, like so. And then for the B7 chord, we're going to add in a... What are we going to add in? We're going to add in an A and a B, so we end up with this bass line. Like so. And for the A minor 7 chord, we're going to add in a G and an A, like so. So we're going to end up with this. So we've got a bass line which works in a kind of Scaleic motion across the whole of the bar. So this will have a different flavor to the previous examples that we've covered. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to play this last example to you round and round a few times. Then I'm going to start breaking out and start mixing these concepts up, because the magic really starts happening when you start interspersing the different formulas, and so you can hear how we create bass lines which really sound like they're improvised in the moment. And then I'm going to show you some of the lines that I would naturally play across this, because these 3 formulas are just literally the tip of the iceberg. So let's hear this final example in action. So guys, that's the end of today's lesson. First off, make sure you download that free PDF so you can see everything we've discussed today in standard notation and tab. Secondly, if you love the contents of this lesson and you can see how powerful walking bass can be and how it can improve every single style of music you play, make sure you head over to eBassGuitar.com and check out the Bass Lab Plus membership, which is my private members community there. And inside there is a course called the Essential Walking Bass course, which will take you through all of the concepts right from the ground upwards that we've talked about today and show you how to integrate walking bass into your bass guitar playing. So in the link below, or in the description below, there is a link where you can join free today for 14 days. So make sure you check that out. Anyway, I will see you guys next week. Cheers, I've been James from eBassGuitar.com.